Yukubata, ¿no sabes? Yukubata.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Espérate. Mago cubata, mago cubata, mago cubata, mago cubata. Buah, tardan en cargar los shaders, y las cosas. Explicuatro. Explicuatro. Ay. Pim, pam. Ah. Lo bueno es que ya me lo sé. El juego ya me lo vi. Pero por otra parte, si no me lo llego a ver, no me lo compro. Porque lo que es las fotos, los trailers y todo es una mierda.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Yo no voy a leer, lo siento mucho, pero yo no voy a leer. Ey, esto no lo vi.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
¿Y las letras? Ah, vale, ahí. ¿Y la sensibilidad? ¿No hay sensibilidad?
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Tuiruba, dubirubiruba.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Pezuña. Cervo. Se ha fuido.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
¿Eso es un dragón? Sí, es un dragón. Eso es un dragón. Un dragón. Estoy embarazada. ¡Su! Me han preñado. Izquierda. Por aquí.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Tenía que encontrar una manera.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
La llave de la casa. Ay, espérate, no puedo leer el chat. No puedo leer el chat. No puedo leer el chat. No podía leer el chat. Ay, qué susto, loco.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Está un zumo natural de naranja?
Pues no hay nada por aquí. Ah, esto pase zoom. Rompo algo.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Un DeLorean.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Pues vamos.
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
La gata.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Es verdad, Milton. El que dibuja. Bueno, dibujaba. Ahora está en la
After
mierda.
Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
¿Pasas? Hay que ver por los agujeros.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Lo de la abuela.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Joder. Más mirillas. Esto es un desafío.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Joder. Aquí no voy, voy para allá. Era aquí.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
Oh. Yo quiero ver más. No hay nada por aquí. He visto todo, en teoría.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Pues nos fuimos.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not cleaning it up.
Ya, que viene la guardilla.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Chan chan.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Un carrito de
Reading
bebé.
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
¿No era un telescopio?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Era un mini dormitorio.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
No va, no zulula. No, no va. ¿Por aquí he entrado? ¿Y qué hago? ¿Qué hago? Aquí.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Turbio.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Eso es plástico, ¿no? Pájaro. La
Then
cámara
I heard chirping outside my window.
La cámara es muy lenta. Cómete el pescado.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
¿Cómo salto? Joder.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Mira, guarra.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Me da vértigo esta mierda, ¿A dónde voy? ¿Y el bicho? ¿Y el bicho? Ahí está.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Hostia. ¿Y los dientes mordisqueando?
Rabbits.
¿Dónde? ¡Le he pillado!
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
¿Para dónde? ¿Para dónde? Por aquí.
A mama rabbit.
Ahí. Madre mía, niño. Trofeo.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Se ha bugueado el pescado. Joder.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Madre mía, la cámara invertida.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
¿Dónde está? Ahí.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. all of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
F.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
El monstruo del lago. Es el que hay fuera. Daddy. ¿El monstruo del lago comiéndose a papá? What?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Ay, la abuela.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Ah, la hija de los abuelos era Molly.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Ya estaría.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Sí. Para pa pa pa.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
La ranita. Libro.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Toma. No, pero cierra bien el libro. Te has dejado la solapa. Te has dejado ahí la solapa. Cierra bien el libro. No, pero cierra bien el libro. Cierra bien el libro. Cierra bien el libro. No lo cierra bien.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
La tumba del hermano, el del columpio, el ciervo. Uy, 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 ay, ay, ay.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Uy. Ay. Mi hermano Milton. ¿Este es Calvin? Ah, y este es Sam, el abuelo Sam.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Ah, y voló. Y yo volé con él.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Ahora está embarazada. Como que no puede ahora.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Vaya mierda, ¿no? Salto del tigre.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Mejor. Entra por aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Y seguimos para adelante.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
La plancha no está enchufada, ¿no? Vale. Happy birthday. Esto está más anticuado.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Vámonos.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Chon, chon, chon.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
No, es copyright. Me salta el 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 copyright. Hay un desafío que es meter todas las bolas. Copyright. Ah, tengo copyright. Copy. Tengo el desafío. Copyright. Toma guantazo, copyright.
Infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Copyright.
Ridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
No, copyright. Esto tiene mucho copyright. Esto tiene mucho copyright. Esto tiene mucho copyright.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And tiny he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Ah, bueno, Bárbara. Sí, qué culo, Bárbara.
She played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Se ha matado Paco. Tara, 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 tara.
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering.
Chan, chan,
It
chan.
was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she
a Bárbara en
saw
teoría
what kind of
la
monsters
asesinaron
they
en
were,
Halloween.
and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for
¿Cómo murió
Barbara,
Walter?
tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Ah, con el vestido que murió, ¿no? Creo, no sé.
I
Parzota,
guess
¿no?
now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Taran, 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 taran. ¿Y el charco sangre? ¿No hay charco sangre? Esto está muy cambiado, ¿no? La mesa la han cambiado por una de madera. Pero el que escribió el libro sabía que la caja de música giraba. Creo que fue el novio, tío. Porque lo cuenta muy cercano a lo que pasó, ¿sabes? Lo cuenta todo muy cercano.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ah, mira la maqueta del dragón que hay en el lago.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Unos paquetes, claro. Era comida para...
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Ah, Walter
She
era el
said
de
after
gafas.
Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Ah, este es el de
If
gafas.
there's a pattern in all these stories,
El hermano
I
pequeño
think
de
it's
Bárbara.
that none of us has gotten very far.
Claro, el de gafas.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
A las 12 en punto pasa el tren.
You get used to anything.
A las 12 en punto pasa el tren.
Even a monster.
No, esa canción tiene copyright.
Starts to feel normal.
No.
Almost friendly.
Tiene copyright.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
No hay tren. Se ha
Whatever
retrasado.
that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
Una semana sin que pase el tren.
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Ah, se podía abrir la cortina, ¿verdad? Ah, no. Todavía no. ¿Dónde voy? Aquí, coño. ¿Cuántos libros, niño?
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know.
Pero que ha
I'm ready
roto.
for it.
Ha roto. Ah, él estaba ahí. Pero el tren sigue pasando. Obviamente. ¿Se me echa así a un ladito?
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. or a single week.
Al ladito, al
I'd be
ladito.
happy with one new day. I can already
No.
imagine the sun on my face.
Atropellado.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Y hasta ahí ya voy por la mitad más o menos, o sea que...